Welcome back to tutorial 11. This is part 10. It's turning into quite a long tutorial, but we're getting there. In our last tutorial, in the last video tutorial, we had just finished defining our add user method, and one change that I've had to make down here is where we detect if the user already exists. So just to let you know about a change that I've made since the last video. So down here, I made this change because when I tested it, if, say for example, I added the user Ben and then tried to use the same user Ben again, it would just keep adding instances of Ben to the database table, and we didn't want that. We only wanted it to be, one unique username per user. So this is basically detecting that the username doesn't already exist in the table. So here we're saying this MySQL 5 equals select username from this table where the username equals this username, i.e. the username that we're trying to add doesn't already exist in the table. So that now we're saying we're echoing this query out, but then we're actually executing this query here. We're saying this MySQL query 5 equals MySQL query, and then we're passing this query through the MySQL query method, and then we're saying this result is equal to MySQL fetch array, this MySQL query 5. So we're taking the execution of this query through the MySQL query method and we're making it into an array. Then we're taking the username key out of that array. We're checking if there's a key for that username in this array. If there's not, then the key username in that array will be empty, and then it'll enter this loop and insert the username. Otherwise, if it's not empty, then the username is already taken, so we can just print out the username already taken to the screen. And so let's actually test this and see if it's working. So there's a number of things we can test. We've now got 5 functions defined. So we've got our connect function, our database function, our create table function, and our delete table function, and our add user function. So let's jump across into our database and we'll try and test all these functions and see if they're working. So at the minute we've got cool table, and cool table exists, but it exists with no entries. So I need to sort of change the zoom. So it exists, but it exists with no entries. So let's go ahead and test if we can delete that table. So let's comment everything else out and just test our delete table method. We're calling it through the object. Our object, we'll need to leave this because connectDB, this line here, creates the instance of our object. We'll need to leave this line because that connects to the host, and we'll need to leave this line because that connects to the database. So here, out of our 5 defined functions, we're testing the connect function, the database function, and the delete table function. So this method here that we're calling in the object should connect us to the host. This method here that we're calling database should select the database for us, and this method here that we're selecting delete table should delete the table. So let's try that. Oh, I didn't save it, that's why. Save it. Yep, and the table, cool table, has been deleted. So the connection to the host is working. These values here, they're all set in the constructor, so this shows that our constructor is working. These values here, where it's saying about connecting to the host and connecting to the database, that shows that the connect function and the database function work. And this here, where it's selecting the table and creating the table, this is called automatically from the database function, the create table function, and the delete table function that we're testing, that seems to have done its job. So let's have a look at that. So if we go over and load the test database now, the table cool table shouldn't be there, which it's not. So that delete table function has done its job. Now let's see if we can comment out delete table, and if we run this now, it should create cool table again. So let's run it again. Yeah, the table cool table has been created, so that's done its job. Let's just make sure we can see it in the database. Yep, cool table's there, but it has 0 rows at the minute. So we can now test our add user function. So if we run this, it shouldn't be able to detect the user Ben, because it doesn't exist. There's 0 rows in the table, so it should return the result of this if statement as true, and it should go in here and basically insert Ben into the table. So let's do that. Oh, did I save? I didn't save, so there. And we're calling the add user function here and passing the parameter Ben as a username, Ben2015 as a password, and Ben2015@gmail.com as the email. So let's run that. Yep, user Ben has been created. So if I refresh this, yep, cool table's got 1 row, and it's for the user Ben, hopefully. So if you load cool table, yep, you can see Ben's information. It auto increments the ID to 1, username's Ben, password's Ben2015, and email's Ben2015@gmail.com. So that's all good. But if we run this again, we're still calling this add user method with Ben's information. So hopefully what it should do this time is this if statement here it would have evaluated to true the last time, but this time it should evaluate to false, which should lead us on to the else statement, and it should just print out that this username already exists. So hopefully that's what we'll see. And we do, this username already exists. And hopefully it shouldn't have changed our table, because Ben was already there. So, yeah, and it's not, we've reloaded the table and it's not changed it, so it's all good. So let's add our second user, which is going to be John. So let's save that. And John's been created. So let's jump over our table and make sure that's the case. You should always check the database that what you're expecting to happen, that the script is happening in the database. So yeah, and John and ID is auto incremented to 2. So let's try and see if we can add another user just to make sure, and then we'll sign the add user function off as finished. So let's try Andrew, and we can put Andrew 2011, and we can put Andrew 2011@gmail.com. So yep, so for Ben it's detecting that he already exists, for John it's detecting he already exists, saying Andrew does not exist, but then it's saying user Andrew has been created. So we should now see a third line in the table. Reload it. Yep, 3 rows now in cool table. And there you go, we're starting to build our database.